Okay, we should be live. I'm just gonna wait for some feedback and then we'll know for sure.
Let's see. We have a chat, right? Yeah, let's turn the chat on. Oh,
Okay, we should. Yep.
you have
Okay.
a link I can share in the group?
Yeah, I'll give it to you right now.
Unless you want to go ahead and post it.
Yeah, probably that's a good idea. Let's see. So I'm gonna start spreading the link. So you know what, I'll just go ahead and ask you the question while I'm spreading the link. I noticed, Stephen, that everywhere I look, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's wherever, that there's two hashtags that I can't put. And it's Stephen D. Kelley and Occupy the Getty. There's all these other hashtags, like you could put Occupy the Getty _ you could do these like weird, like beat around the bush, but you can't put those hashtags. Why do you think that is? And what are they trying to hide, Stephen?
Well, I'm public enemy number one, obviously, and they're scared. They really are scared. They know they can't stop this. They know that we win. Well, I'm still trying to get decent light on me here. It's terrible. So it's funny the way they are, because like my name, I'm not the only Stephen D. Kelley in the world, right? So you'd think that's kind of strange that they would do that, but the conventional methods of trying to, shadow ban me and put me down very low in the searches and that sort of thing, it's not working anymore, because so many of you guys are out there sharing my stuff, and it's just really bad. I'll tell you something that's funny. They're not just doing this to my name anymore and the Occupy the Getty thing. They're doing it to my face. It's like, Google, I don't know how to use the Google search, with images and stuff like that. But if you were to put my face out there,
whoa,
you're going to have trouble.
Yeah. So Stephen D. Kelley pixels are banned then, huh?
Yeah, they're banning my face too. It's really weird. Somebody the other day told me that they're putting my picture on their iPhone, as like a, wallpaper, and it wouldn't work. It came out all blurry. It's like, and it kept doing it over and over and over, trying to figure it out. And every time it came up blurry. So it's like, wow, they really do hate me.
Yeah, they're going through the lengths, huh?
They're going through the lengths. Well, I'm going after every single one of them, Well, anyway, let's cut to the chase. Obviously, any way I can get out to as many people as possible is important, because, like you said, they don't want you to see me. They don't want you to hear me. They don't want you to know who I am. And, it's like, it doesn't do any good anymore to say I'm crazy, because obviously that's not working. So they gotta go a whole nother route, which is just to try to make me into a non-person. It's weird. Hey, I'll tell you one thing that's kind of strange, and this is it's a Trump thing, where they were coming up with this thing where they wanted to be able to remove the whole law that basically says if you were born here, you're a citizen. Now that is, of course, they'll tell you that this is because of the illegal immigrants. They'll say, well, illegal immigrants are coming here. They have children are born here. They're instantly citizens. And they want to take that away. Now, to the racist people out there, the xenophobes and all that, Trumpers, they're going to say, oh, what a great idea. But here's the catch. The catch is that means you were born here. They can take your citizenship away anytime they want. Okay? So we have certain rights, like, being able to run for president, being able to have free speech, all that sort of thing, Magna Carta, First Amendment, all that stuff. But if they change that law because you're racist and hate Mexicans, guess what? You're the one that's going to get deported. It's like, who are they in Europe? They're doing this crap in Europe right now, to where, like, for instance, there was a guy, I think he was in Lithuania. He was a Lithuanian citizen. He started talking crap about Ukraine. So they said, oh, you're not a citizen anymore. And they deported him, probably to Ukraine. But that's what we're becoming, a complete we can't say the word NAZI country.
I see.
We can't, certain things we can't say. It's like you said, we're not supposed to say occupy the backslash,
Yeah.
Getty. But it's so bad, obviously. And yeah, the First Amendment, it's gone. It's gone. Whether or not, and here's the thing. Trump killed the First Amendment. All you stupid Trumpers, you think he's so good, you want him back. Hell, the enemy wants him back. They know Biden's toast. They want him back. The enemy wants him back. Either way.
How did he kill the First Amendment? I just don't know.
Well, it happened right out in front of everybody when Congress passed a law that said it's okay to discriminate on and censor QAnon. Remember that? Once you allow them to censor and discriminate against anybody, it's going to happen to you too. Just like this whole business with taking away citizenship from Mexican babies born in America because mommy and daddy weren't legal. They'll do that to you too. All right. There's nothing in the law that says this only applies to Mexicans who had illegal alien parents or whatever, that came into this country. No, that is designed to basically take away the citizenship of anybody that says anything about this, mess that we're living in.
And Stephen, let me kind of change the trajectory here and ask you about like these so-called truthers like Alex Jones, David Icke, like these type of people. What's their role? Because it seems like they say some truth, but they kind of miss the mark, right? What's their play in this?
Well, it should be really obvious. I mean, even if you're not biblical or Christian or whatever, it says right there, everything that comes out of Satan's mouth is going to be half truths. In other words, half of it will be true and the other half will be bullshit. So it's very easy to say something that's true and obvious to everybody and then follow it up with a big lie. And that's what this is. So guys like Alex Jones, I mean, I had a personal run-in with Alex Jones. Yeah, he's actually, when I was running the QAnon group on Facebook, we were attacked. And we were attacked by, it turned out to be the gang run by Trump that is head by Roger Stone.
Oh,
yeah. Roger Stone is his, internet guy. He's a dirty tricks guy. He's not like Dan Scavino who does all the Twitter and crap. Roger Stone will work with people like Alex Jones. In fact, they're very close. And they will get certain people who are basically puppets. One of them was a famous guy named Kai Irwin, and he was the guy that started the whole Mayflower movement, which was a movement that was designed to basically disrupt QAnon. See, so in other words, they make something and then they disrupt it themselves. They're playing both sides of the coin. And if you read the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, it says right there, that's what they're going to do. They will be on both sides of every issue. And if you know how Satan works, you'll know that whenever there are more than two people getting together talking about something, he's going to be in the middle of that. So that's how this works. So in other words, basically controlling the narrative, which is all that these people seem to think they know how to do. It's all about the media. We're the mob. Okay. They can't control the mob. They try to control the mob by controlling what everybody talks about, what everybody thinks about. That's it. That's all they've got.
Yeah, like the Joe Rogans, the
Joe Rogans, whatever.
Everyone flocks to them for some reason. I'm like, I feel like
you get these uneducated people, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, take your pick. Dr. Nye, the science guy. What the fuck? He's out there talking about, but he's out there talking about global warming and crap. He's an actor. And on and on and on. I mean, you take your pick.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. That guy too. Same thing. You go back as far as you want. Carl Sagan. Whoever. The guy in the wheelchair, idiot. Stephen Hawking's. Why do you think he was at Epstein Island? It wasn't to screw little girls because obviously he wasn't capable. But they did other things there, like they had Masonic meetings, they had rituals, people had to go there. They didn't have to go there because they wanted to have liaisons with children. They went there because it was their holy obligation as a Satanist to go to these events, to proclaim their loyalty to the dark side, and to participate in rituals intended to make sure that they're going to stay loyal, and that kind of a thing. So that's what's really going on. People think, but again, the media wants you to think this is all about sex. They want you to think with your pants, your genitals, that's all they want you to think. Like, obviously Jeffrey Epstein. It wasn't just about sex. It was about money. It was about extortion. It was about, spying on the United States, getting people to work for Israel, all that sort of thing. And it was the international mafia. It wasn't just some one single idiot preying on children. He was an agent of the international mafia, which is what Trump is also, people. Very high ranking, very high ranking. I know this. It's simple because I worked for them. I was hired into what we thought was the CIA, turned out to be the NSA, but it was actually the Ollie North gang, but it wasn't even NSA. It was Intertel. It was a big mafia. Oliver North reported to Robert Vesco. Robert Vesco was the head of the mafia. The guy, our boss, was Don Nixon. Don Nixon reported to Robert Vesco. Bill Barr, what's his face, Bush Sr., they all reported to Robert Vesco. When Robert Vesco died in the Cuban jail, who took over? Donald Trump. Donald Trump. It's like nobody asked these questions. Nobody even mentions Robert Vesco. Yeah, why did he die in that Cuban jail? Because he messed with me. All right. And he subsequently got arrested and thrown in jail, and he never got out. He died there. Who took over?
And speaking of, let me ask you about Sound of Freedom. What's that all about?
Same thing, same people. Same people. Carlos Slim, one of the biggest mafioso people in the world, one of the richest people in the world. He's actually just a puppet of the former president of Mexico, Carlos Salinas Gortari, or whatever. I never pronounce his name right. People, it's not Gortari, it's Gortari, or whatever, okay? Salinas, the prick Salinas. They run all the cartels. They run all the drug trade. They're very big. They're very closely connected to the Rothschilds. It's all one big club. Clinton and that whole Uranium One thing, that was Carlos Slim. Do I hear Carlos Slim's name anywhere? Let me see. He owns half of the New York Times. People talk about that, but they don't talk about his drug running, his prostitution, his Satanism, his organ harvesting, all that stuff. My God, here's a clue that you should look at when you look at people like that, and that is to see if they are proponents of organ donation. He's big in, that's a big clue. You know what else is a big clue? They put a lot of money into homeless shelters.
I see.
They like to put a lot of money into things like youth shelters, disadvantaged youth in danger, YMCA, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's kind of obvious. So Sound of Freedom, all you got to do is look at the people that were involved in putting money into it, and it's like a who's who of child molesters, So, and as far and screw Jim Caviezel and screw Mel Gibson, and they are just as bad as Alex Jones, And I'll tell you something. Mel Gibson, I watch Passion of the Christ. I think he's a good Christian, but you know what he is? He's a Catholic cultist. He's Opus Dei. He's a nutcase. They do nutty crap. And I've reached out to him many, many times because of our mission, trying to get him to work on a screenplay that I did. I hooked up to his buddy, the guy that's doing the thing on Netflix, the Stranger Things thing. He's got my screenplay. He's got everything. He knows what's going on. What did they do? They made Stranger Things and made $1 billion. And that's basically my story. They took all that from me.
Really?
Yeah. Stranger Things is from me. Oh yeah. Come on. Think about it. Underground, secret bunkers, children,
Oh
magic
my
powers,
gosh.
all that crap.
Yeah.
Where do you think that came from? Hello? The whole damn thing. I'm so over it, seriously. And here's the other thing, I talk about this whole internet high-speed encryption thing, and how I'm going to take that over. My brother invented it.
Whoa.
Yeah, my brother invented it. He was doing a thing for medical where they were doing ultra-fast CT scanning, and they wanted to be able to share the data with doctors. Your practitioner, general practitioner, could pull up your data online.
Yep.
So they had to have a way to encrypt this stuff, because back then they didn't have encryption.
Mm-hmm.
So they invented a high-speed encryption so that they would not violate HIPAA, which is the thing that says that all your medical stuff's got to be kept secret.
I see.
Well, what happened next? Google, Yahoo, PayPal, you name it, every single one of them. That's all high-speed internet encryption. Makes all that possible. The entire internet runs off it, and it's all stolen. So it's going to be easy to take it over.
Yeah. Let me just quickly rewind to Sound of Freedom, though. It's like they're arresting, like how do you say, like if I were to give an example, it's like they're arresting the small drug dealer while the CIA in the background is dealing the big money, So they arrest the small money and they say, we're doing good. Is that what it is? Like
it's even worse than that. It's even worse than that. They're not arresting anybody. What are they doing? They're rescuing a child, a single child, a single child. Okay, the whole movie is about what? The guy rescues a boy, and then he says, "You got to go back and rescue my sister." Okay,
I didn't even watch it, by the way.
Oh, I don't need to watch it. Yeah. I got the gist of it. All you got to do is read the bio on the guy, whatever his idiot name is.
Ballard?
Yeah, Ballard. Yeah. Ballard guy. He's a government agent. He's dirty. The government's the ones that are doing all this crap.
Yeah.
And they set up some little Homeland Security, an agency that I will abolish. Okay, that's just a little Nazi agency that should have never happened. Now, Homeland Security gets tasked with chasing after child molesters. I don't know. I guess they didn't have a real job, so they threw them a bone and said, "Here, you guys chase after child molesters." So here's this guy supposedly working for the government, and the government supposedly says, "Well, we understand that you want to rescue this guy's kid's sister, but that's outside of our jurisdiction. We're not going to be involved," as he has to go off and become vigilante and do all this stuff. Now, that's a bunch of crap. That's the same thing with this idiot Craig Sawyer, and his whole pedophiles can't hide. Yeah, you can't even say pedophile on any of these platforms anymore, but let's just say child attracted. Minor attracted, yeah. Whatever you want, person, map, a map.
Correct term, yeah.
Yeah, the maps of the world, But anyway, this guy Sawyer is an actor. Yeah, sure, he was in the military, but he got kicked out. They go, "Oh, ex-Navy SEAL. Ex-Navy SEAL, he doesn't have his military pension. That means he got booted. You get booted from the military without your pension, you did something wrong. So he won't say what he did wrong, but I'd like to know. Anyway, what we do know is that he was a bodyguard for Hillary Clinton and John McCain and John Poindexter and a few other really ugly people. Evil, ugly people. My God, I hear a vacuum cleaner going on. Jeez.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. Thank God for the microphone only picking up right here, right? Jeez. So the bottom line is this dude was dirty from the very beginning, and he tried to screw with me. He did all kinds of things. He challenged me. What he did to piss me off is because he was out there pretending to be a child rescuer. Some of my fans, some people that follow the whole movement, my mission, they went out and they actually asked him to help us out because naive people that believe these idiots actually think that they're doing what they say they're doing. So they think it's only natural that they might want to get involved with my mission. Well, right away, what does this guy, Craig Sawyer, do? He says, "I'm crazy. I'm insane, whatever." He says it's impossible, blah, 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 bullshit. But then he comes out and says, well, if they could be rescued, it would take a huge military operation with all this military firepower, et cetera, to be able to penetrate this bunker. So you see, he's playing devil's advocate because he knows. He's one of them. He knows they built this damn structure to keep us out. They think that this is the ultimate because there's only one way in through a tunnel, and all they got to do is nuke the tunnel and we can't get in. And they'll do this to every single entrance, and then they'll just dig their way out. Easy. Anyway, the point is that Craig Sawyer, he's so dirty. He actually took $6 million from Carlos Slim just to say that CMEX was not involved in child trafficking. When those guys over there, Louis over there in Arizona and his veterans on patrol, whatever it was, found that smuggling thing that was connected to an abandoned CMEX sand plant or something of this nature, cement factory. And I know they missed the point, but the point is that what's his face, the actor, got dispatched out there, and the first thing he says, "Oh, I'm out on patrol, Louis here. I got my gun and I have my armor and my steroids and all that crap, and we're hunting child traffickers." And then he comes out and says it was all a bunch of BS. And then he flies to the Philippines, supposedly to rescue a child. But what does he really do? He has a secret meeting with the clandestine, secretive CEO of CMEX Philippines, who hands him $6 million. Now, it wasn't the CEO, it was the CFO. Okay, the chief financial officer. Now, no one even has a picture of this guy.
Wait, this is Ballard, right?
No, this isn't Ballard. This is Craig Sawyer. He's kind of they're kind of like twins, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. Yeah, seriously. I'm serious. They're practically, it's a caricature, you know, Tim Ballard, Craig Sawyer, the husky ex-military white hat that's going to rescue children. That's a caricature. You know what the real guy that's rescued children looks like? Me. I'm, long hair, beard, skinny. Yeah. No guns, no military. Yeah. No steroids. Yeah. All that. Okay. So anyway, the bottom line is the children that are being kidnapped and sacrificed and eaten and all that stuff, our government is doing it. Okay. This bullshit about perverts in Nicaragua or the Philippines or the jungle somewhere stealing little brown children.
Always outsourcing the story, right?
That's crap. That's crap. There's going to be pedophiles in every corner of the globe. There's in Iran, whatever, your little mud hut somewhere. There's some guy molesting a child. We know that, but that's not what. Sure, that's important. But what we're here to do is stop the industrial exploitation of children. You know, the 100,000 that are under the Getty, the million a year that go missing just in the USA.
Exactly.
You know, just that doesn't even count the ones that are shipped in here and container. And of course, that's in my platform too. You'd think this was no brainer, right? Inspect every container that comes into the country, no matter what.
Yeah.
No exceptions. You know?
But
wow.
Art, right?
I just ended human trafficking. I mean, come on, you know? Yeah. It's that easy. It's that easy. So
but art, Stephen, they got to have their art.
Art. It's art. It's going to the embassy. It's art. This is very important. It's going to the Getty, and they have so many billions of dollars. And that Gordon will get so angry if you do this. And he has attorneys. You know what? I live in poverty, right? I got a green sheet up here so you don't see the poverty. But anyway, point is that these guys have all the money in the world. They have all the power in the world, all of it. They control the media. They control everything. They squash people left and right. And yet they can't do that to me. You know, the trust fund manager of the Getty flat out to my face said, they can't kill me. They said, not only can we not kill you, you're going to destroy us and this entire structure. Not just the Getty, but the world power structure. You know, this thing that's been going on for like 25 million years. It ends in our lifetime. You know, in my lifetime, I get to do it. And what are you going to do? You're sitting there drinking, having an ouzo and drinking some, whatever it is Greek food is, I don't know, I don't remember, but Greek food. We were having Greek food. We were at some Greek restaurant when this all went down. But the guy was Greek. The trust fund manager, of course, he was Greek, and that's why. But anyway, bottom line is that what are you going to do? It's like if you found out that you can't be killed, you're not going to have an accident, bad guys can't kill you. I mean, I've seen people coming to kill me. I've had people coming to kill me that had horrific accidents before they got there. I've seen this happen so many times that I just got over it after 20 years of this stuff. You get over it. You lose that fear. And there's so many people have so much fear. I tell you, it's like I tell this guy in this interview I did the other day, I won't call it an interview. It's more like an attack piece that he was doing, and I intruded on it.
Yeah,
I joined in. Yeah,
and he was like, "Thank gosh, I didn't cuss this guy out."
He did cuss me out, prick. It's like he got all kinds of shit. But anyway, I did whatever, Anyway, the thing is, it says right there in my profile, if you look at the things I'm going to do, just go down the list. It's like, first of all, end the Fed and make a non-fiat currency. 2 presidents were murdered for saying the same thing. Okay. I'm going to totally wipe out the CIA, NSA, et cetera. And I say wipe out, that I mean I'm going to take it over and revamp and clean that shit out and deal with it and fix it. That's the sort of thing that gets you killed. I said I'm going to completely dismantle the entire mafia system in the United States and abroad. And people go, oh no, they're going to kill you. Oh God. It's like, how many more times I'm going to take away dual citizenship. I'm going to, I could say all kinds of things about what I'm going to do to Israel, but I don't need to, because I'm going to end the embargo on Iran and Syria and Russia and on and on and on and on and on. Cuba, North Korea, all that stuff that they don't want, So it's any one of those things they would kill you for.
Exactly.
Anyone. So if someone's there's no room in this for, well, let's see, what's a gentle word? What's a good gentle word? You tell me. Timid people, timid. There.
Oh, I see.
Timid. There's no room in this fight for yeah. You can't be and do this work. Even guys like Elon Musk or I don't care who it is. It's like even when Trump was president, people go, well, he really wants to do these things, but he knows that if he doesn't do it just right, they're going to kill him. What? You're afraid of death? You can't do this work if you're afraid of death. That's just the bottom line, and like I said, I already know they can't kill me. So what the hell am I going to do with that? I'm going to push until this thing is completely over, because they can't do anything about it. And that means they're going to make it look like I don't even exist, but I got the internet still.
Yeah.
They're working really hard to basically take away all internet from so-called conspiracy theorists, so that means they can, hell, Microsoft is already telling you that you don't own the operating system on your computer, that thing that makes you, that's already starting. They're already saying that you don't own the Microsoft on your computer, and they can take that away from you and your computer's useless. Now, obviously, you got to go out and get, Linux or whatever you got to get. But the thing is Google and these nice people are running it. They're controlling it. There's nothing you can do.
And I don't want to get too much into it, but eventually they're going to say, we own that operating system in you,
They all, yeah, exactly. That's what the damn, vaccine was. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, that brings me to another thing on my platform, which is revamp the patent system, remove all GMOs, completely ban that, and ban the whole idea of being able to own life, to patent life. You cannot own life. You cannot patent an organism and own that. So they think that by sticking something in us that's going to alter our genome, our DNA, and every single one of our cells, they will de facto own every single one of our cells because they own the DNA that you voluntarily had injected in your body. And, here's another thing. I'm so sick of so-called truthers and so-called doctor this and doctor that coming out talking about, what is it, spike proteins and bullshit, spike proteins. I have yet to hear one of these so-called medical professionals mention CRISPR, the actual technology that does all of this stuff. Nobody mentions it. They don't want you to know what it is. It's like mRNA. They don't want you to know what mRNA is. They're thinking, oh, DNA, nucleic acid. Wow, that's a big word. Hey, derp, derp, derp. What's on TV? Oh, Trump's going to, what is it? No, Elon Musk is going to do a cage fight with Zuckerberg. Yeah. Man, people are stupid. I'm so sick of it. It's like, yeah, so I got to run for president, whether people like it or not. And you know what? All these idiots with their egos that think, well, I'm just as smart as that guy. Who the hell is he? He doesn't even have any money. You know what? I don't care. I just don't care. Because it's like if everyone was so smart and everyone was as smart as they thought they were, all equal under God and all that stuff, why would they be eating our children? Why haven't you gotten up and stopped this shit? And why are you living in fear that someone's going to kill you if you're so damn smart? How come you haven't figured out how to save the world if you're so damn smart? I did. That's why they want to kill me so bad, only they can't. Because I said so. They can't, So, Mafia, screw you. Shin Bet, screw you. Mossad, screw you. Kraft, whatever. Take your pick. Hired killers. What is it? That idiot, what I was telling you about, Sawman Sawyer. I told that guy, I said, you go get all your little team with all your guns and you come and see me. Here's my address. I'll be waiting for you. I won't even use a gun. Well, let's see what happens. Just make sure you put all your guys on one plane or one bus or whatever, and don't have any innocent people on there. Just you guys. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You all jump in a bus and head my direction. Let's see if you make it.
Yeah, that just to retouch on the mRNA thing, they're just trying to play with God, huh? They think they are
That's
God.
exactly what they're doing. They do think they're God. They do. They actually do. They call themselves Olympians. Okay, they're Olympians. They think they're like Zeus and Apollo and all that crap. That's what they think they are. They think they're modern day gods, whatever. It's kind of like the stupid Anunnaki and all that business when they came here and they tried to convince all the stupid humans that they were God. They were gods. Stupid humans fall for this stuff. We're actually God.
Yeah.
No, it's actually true. That's why we're so special.
And let me ask you this then. So what's the, obviously, electing you or at least getting you on the ballot, doing the Trojan horse thing, but what's the procedure for going into the Getty, going into the underground and actually finishing this? How does that happen?
Well, Jedi go in there every night.
You mean like with remote viewing or?
No, with astral projection, remote viewing is just a word. There's all kinds of words that we use to describe this stuff. This is stuff that's been going on for millions of years, and humans, they come up with their languages and they try to describe what's going on. A lot of the stuff we do, you just can't describe. It's like my alter Rambo. You can't even say his name. I don't know what his name is. We don't have letters in our alphabet capable of pronouncing his name. So I just call him Rambo. But the object is to make these guys give up, because we're not here to cut their heads off. And if anything, getting them to open up the doors, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's a done deal. But what we still have to accomplish which is not so easy, is getting all these human savages,
Parasites. Yeah.
surface dwelling savage human types that, watch TV and stuff, to elevate, because it's like Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. humans like to fight. No, that's that's animals.
Yes.
That's animals. Uh,
So
these,
they're kind of programming us to be meat shields almost, right?
well, we are meat, and we are meat shields. But the thing is that knowledge and understanding of the true reality, gnosis, is really what it's all about. And this is how we get salvation. And these guys would like to get off the earth. They'd like to get off the merry-go-round. They'd like to take this boat home, but they can't with all these people, because all these people are stupid. They have no knowledge. Their souls are immature. And in their brains, it's much easier to just kill off 7 billion people than educate them. Now, when I was being brought into this whole Getty Kingdom business, and they wanted to make me whatever it was they wanted to make me, Antichrist, whatever the hell it was they were planning, they basically said that you have to accept the concept that you're better than everybody else, and that these people are worthless and they need to be eliminated. And me being me, I'm thinking, wow, you want to kill off all those people? Wow, there's a lot of really pretty girls out there. You want to just kill them? That's kind of a waste. That's what I'm thinking. and I mean, that's just kind of like my reptilian brain thinking. But I'm like, no, I don't go with this plan. First of all, it's not fair. Okay, just because these people are worthless meat eaters doesn't give you the right to decide who lives and who dies. You're just another meat eater, a worthless thing. You're no better than they are. Just they're a little stupider than you are. Now, the big thing that everyone really needs to really do, and that is, the thing that separates us from the enemy, and that is our
it's like empathy, right? It's like, I'm you.
Well, yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. Unconditional love requires you to realize that we're all the same person. This is just one of the things that you learn when you understand the nature of God. You understand the nature of how the universe was made. And you realize that there's nothing in the universe that isn't part of God. We're all part of God. So how can you hate well, you're a part of God. How can you hate another part of God? It's kind of stupid.
It's if like you're all one thing, right?
Yeah, it's hating yourself.
And these elitists are saying we're different from them. That part of God is lowly, disgusting, and is expendable, right?
That's like cutting your hand off.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we can't kill anybody. We have to bring everybody home. This is all about bringing everybody home. Ultimately, we want to go home. The opposite of the Big Bang is the big return.
Yeah.
We're on the return right now. Everything returns. Even Satan returns. Sophia, Lilith, the real Lucifer, the real Satan, will return. It's love gone bad. It's we forgive you. You're part of the family. Come home. That's what this is really all about. So all these wicked, evil people that are doing these horrible things, they're afraid. They want to come home. They know they're wicked. They've sold their souls. They've made deals with the demons.
They can't forgive themselves, can't they?
Well, they're afraid. And they could, but they're afraid because they know once you've taken the oath and once you become one of them, they can kill you, they can torture you, they can do a lot of horrible things. So they're afraid. They're definitely afraid.
They're trying to survive.
Right. So what we do as Jedi, basically, is that we defeat their masters. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, as some people like to make fun of that. But no, we're not here to fight against those evil, wicked humans. We're here to fight against those evil, wicked controllers that basically those humans are worshiping and trying to follow and emulate. So,
and let me just slip in here. Is money a big way the worship happens?
Money is just a tool. You really have to understand that, your concept of money and everybody on the surface of the earth thinks they know what money is. They don't, because if you take all the money on the surface of the earth, it's only about 2% of the actual money that's being stored underground. So in other words, when they throw money at people, they make people wealthy and they try to influence. It's not costing them anything. Okay. And so when you look at people on the surface of the earth, like your Bill Gates and your politicians, your Trumps, your Elon Musks, et cetera, those, the people who are in various different levels of authority, your Soros, all these guys.
Yeah.
They're very small fish compared to the people below them. And when I say below, because instead of going up, we're going down. So the ones that are underground, the ones that I call the cavers, the ones that are never even bothering to come up onto the surface and see the sunlight. Yeah, vampires, whatever you want to call them. They're the ones in power. They control these people on the surface that think they have money. So when you take a guy like, say, Lindsey Graham, senator of South Carolina, whatever it is, he will nuke his own state. He will start a nuclear war with Russia. He doesn't care because he thinks he's got a condo waiting for him underground. See,
he has the ultimate insurance policy, eh?
The ultimate insurance policy. And they all think that. They all think that way. So why are we bothering to go after them when all we got to do is go after their condo? Now, Queen Elizabeth, before she died, she had a very bad year one Christmas a while back. And this is when the Getty mission was really starting to take off. And basically, somebody told her, Your Majesty, your royal bunker is compromised. Everybody's talking about it. We're going to have to come up with something else. She was very upset.
Queen Bee did not like that.
She was looking forward to that. That's when they all ran off to what was it? The island off of New Zealand. One of the islands. What's that island? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, but where the Maori are. They tried to take that area over. And when New Zealand wasn't going to have anything of it, they said, no way. There's no way you're going to do that. So they got earthquaked. They got the city of Christchurch was decimated over and over. Now, of course, the name Christchurch, it kind of makes, it's kind of a clue there. But they just wiped out Christchurch, and that's because they weren't going to let them have all that territory. They wanted to have an alternative to the Getty. Anyway. All right, what else? How long have you been going here? Let me see.
Let's see. I think almost an hour.
Really?
Yeah, but let's see.
You getting any feedback? You getting any chat here? Anybody say anything?
Yeah, let me check real quick.
Let's see, chat window. Oh, I got all dark because I went and closed the window. Oh, God, I can't do that.
Yeah, 43 minutes we've been going.
All right, I got to fix my screen again because the
lighting.
Oh, yeah. Full screen. Okay, there we go. Now I've got it. That's still dark. All right, I'll get this. Jeez.
So let's see. Oh, well, I thought. I'm trying to read the chat here, but
nobody says anything. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like any questions. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Maybe we should hop into more of your campaign then. What's the purpose of it? Where is it going to take us? What's it going to accomplish? And if you want to talk about a few of the agendas on the platform, like End the Fed is probably the most important one, right?
Well, we've been going up and down this thing the whole time, really.
Yeah.
I think I almost got my lighting better. Let me look. It's still pretty dark. Okay, I got a light coming in on eBay pretty soon. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, again, some people they look at this, they think, oh my gosh, there's no way, this is ridiculous. You're throwing away your vote. It's never going to happen. Like, yada, yada. There's all this bullshit. It's like you better vote for Trump because otherwise we're going to get Biden, some, crap like this. This kind of stupidity is why we keep doing what we're doing. And the thing is that, do I take this serious? I gotta take you guys serious. I've said this before. In my mind, the internet is the most powerful tool. This campaign ads on TV, these rallies, this bullshit. Who watches TV? Come on, seriously. Are you going to tell me the 70 million people that elected Trump that there's like 70 million really stupid people are still watching Fox News and this sort of thing? Hello, Tucker Carlson split from Fox News and he's telling you all it's bullshit. If you weren't paying attention, hello. So we have a real opportunity. Tucker basically came out and said that everything that you're hearing on the news is contrived. It's not true. It's all BS. He came out and said that, and then what happened? Fox News sues him because he said this on Twitter, and they said, well, you can't do this anymore. We've got you, whatever, non-disclosure, some stupid thing like this. Anyway, it's only been 45 minutes. All right. Well, okay. Again, this wasn't my idea, even though I had been planning on this for a long time and actually went and did a write-in campaign 8 years ago. People came to me and said, hey, this is how you do it. These are the rules. We want to do it. We've got the money. We're in if you are. And I said, okay. I read the rules. I saw, yeah, that's right. We only have to, technically, all we got to do is spend $5,000. That's it. Once you spend $5,000, you have to register. The law says you have 15 days to register. Okay. Now, I understand that I have to basically go and register with all 50 states or something like that. I think it's like $50 per state. That's going to be about $2,500. So what? That's half of the $5,000. And, obviously we're going to bring in more money. I mean, a lot of people are going to think, well, what's the point? What's the point? But, if I'm doing this, if I'm running for president, if I'm registered with the federal government, the Federal Election Commission, my name will be on the ballot in all 50 states. If that happens, Facebook and Twitter and all these bastards can't censor me. They've got to give me the same damn leeway that they give Trump and all his January 6th BS insurrection crap, and Biden and everything. They can fight this all they want. But they can't censor me. And all you people out there that are watching and that are saying that you want to support Occupy the Getty. A lot of people say they're for the children, they want to see this happen, and they're looking forward to it, but they don't do nothing. Yeah, they don't have. They don't have
and wait for Jesus.
Yeah, it's talk the talk. Yeah. You're a member of my page. When are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? Oh God, I'm like, this one guy said it like, he says, when are we going to occupy the Getty? What the hell are we waiting for? I'm like, yeah, where do you live? Do you live in LA area? You going to drive,
Have you figured out the logistics?
Yeah. Have you made a ticket to get here yet? How many friends are you bringing with you?
Yeah.
Have you made your T-shirts, whatever. So whatever, the talk is cheap. Talk is real cheap. And it's just like the American Revolution. It only took 3% of the population to pull it off. And the rest of the people said, I don't have anything to do with this. Yeah. But then when it was over, they're like, yeah, America. And that's why when we do this, I just don't care. It's like, what do you people think? You think, I'm going to do this. Hell, they offered it to me already. Yeah. And I said, screw you, I'm taking it. And that's what we're doing. And when I take it, do you think I'm going to hand it to a politician? Do you think I'm going to hand it to the U.S. military? I'm going to let NATO or the UN or one of these bullshit surface groups?
Yeah.
Fuck no. I will de facto be running the world at that point, and I don't care what anybody thinks, because it's like, who do you want to do the job? The people that are doing it now? These faceless elders down there that are waiting for the Antichrist to come along? I got a clue. I got some news for you. These people, the ones that think they're picking the Antichrist, if you read the protocols, it says right there, they have no clue what's in the head of the Antichrist, or their, whatever you want to call it, their great despot. We'll call it great despot. Sounds much better than that other word. What's a despot? A dictator, a king, a de facto king. You could have a good despot or you can have a bad despot. Either way, you're going to get a despot. You're going to get somebody that's going to tell everybody what to do. And that's the only way that we're going to fix this crap, is that some daddy is going to come along and tell everybody what to do and to stop doing what they're not supposed to do. And he's going to have a real big stick. And he's going to have a lot of carrots to pass out, lots and lots of cookies. Everybody's going to get a ton of cookies. That's the plan. There's more cookies down there that are on the surface of the earth. We could pass out cookies for 1,000 years and not run out. You guys understand? Okay. This Nasara Jacera BS, that was a plan to give you one cookie. All right. I'm bringing up the whole damn cookie jar to the surface. All of it. All of it.
You know, and I'll just say from what I see, like when I see people in the city and stuff, it's just sad, man. Like I just see people in an animal farm and I'm just thinking like, we're worth more than this, you know, like they are squeezing the essence out of us. And so,
literally.
I mean, yeah,
literally.
And it's like a loosh game. You know what I mean? It's
totally
like
a loosh game.
The stock market of loosh.
It is. We're a very valuable commodity for sure. Yeah, they get a high premium for this loosh, but you know that the free lunch is over. And I'll tell you something. They know we're coming. You know, they know we're coming. They know me. They see me now. They've been waiting a long time for this, and they found me. They saw me. They know where I am. They know where I live. They know I know what they know. And there's nothing they can do about it. So what are they doing? They're going to collect up as much as they can. They're going to gorge on as many children as they can. They're going to double their efforts to make things bad. They're going to do as much as they can before it's over and hope that it lasts as long as possible. But again, you know, we have this really cool opportunity here right now because of this election. It kind of, you know, who knew, right? Every 4 years they do this thing. And we have this great opportunity where we could basically take it all over peacefully and walk right in.
Yeah. No resistance.
No resistance. You know, it's like, make me president, and then the NSA, CIA, et cetera, will be working for me. We know that's not true. But officially, as far as the world's supposed to think, yeah, they will be. And we'll make these changes. And then if they want to try to stop me, you know, try to pull off a JFK or whatever on me or Lincoln,
yeah,
it ain't gonna happen. That's the beauty of this. So, you know, let me put this simple. Elect me because they can't kill me. And I can do all the things they don't want me to do that they would kill anybody else that would try to do it. That's real simple.
SDK bulletproof.
Yeah, I'm bulletproof. You know, seriously, Secret Service guys, you can get behind me. You know, they're sandbags. Secret Service are sandbags. I don't need sandbags. You know, sandbags catch bullets. Bullets bounce off me. I don't catch bullets. They bounce. All right.
It's funny to see like some huge Secret Service guys hiding behind you.
I'm serious. You know, I used to sell lasers to the Secret Service, okay, way back when, you know, when we first started putting lasers on guns. My laser was so good, so small, so accurate. The Secret Service bought it. They actually took me out to lunch one day. They came out to where I was, and they took me out to lunch. And they said, you know, we'd really like it if you didn't sell this stuff to the general public. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What about all my competitors? You going to tell them that too? They're making a lot more money than I am. Are you kidding me? I go, are you going to give me a big exclusive contract or something? You know, how about that? You know, if I can't sell to the public, you're going to make up for it, right? So no, we can't promise that we're going to be buying anything substantial from you, but we'd really like it if you didn't sell this to the public. And I'll tell you right after that, the Philippines, I know the Philippines is kind of a joke, but they actually banned it. As soon as they heard about my little laser gun thing,
really?
They banned it. They said, not allowed in the country.
Huh.
because they were so scared that they called it a sniper rifle in your pocket, a
Ah.
pocket sniper rifle, which is what it was, it was really, but anyway, so yeah, they banned it. And I remember one time there was a guy going to the Philippines who was getting on a plane and they caught it, LA. I got a call from LAX or LAX, and they go, "Oh, we got one of your lasers here on a gun we confiscated on the way to the Philippines." I'm like, "Oh," because it was like one of my little babies, It's like, "How's the laser? Is it okay? It still works okay?" "Yes, it still works." "Okay. Take care of it, please. Could one of you guys maybe adopt it for me?"
Yeah.
It's like, you know, don't destroy it.
Yeah.
It's like one of my babies,
One of the original laser cannons, eh?
Well, it wasn't a laser cannon. It just helped you see what you're shooting at. It helped you aim. It was just an aiming device, but it was a really good aiming device, So yeah, they didn't like it. But
hey, I'm really curious about silver for some reason. Can you go into that?
silver. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Silver is probably the most important of all the elements out there because it's the best element for building, for making structures.
I see.
Because it has the highest level of detail, the highest resolution. You can make the most detailed structure, the highest resolution structure in the world is silver. It can be made with silver because silver ions can basically be assembled ion by ion. And ions are about as small as you can get. Ions is the smallest thing we can work with. Okay, so moving around ions is the ultimate. And let's say you're making a semiconductor, which is microphotolithography. It's all based on how small you can get it, how small you can resolve light images, because you're doing a photoresist process. And so the photo's got to be really good. It's got to be microscopic. And then, of course, the material you're working with, if you're doing a deposition or something like that, it has to have a chemical nature or atomic nature that's going to allow it to be assembled really tightly. So basically what that means is the most dense.
It gives you microscopic precision in building. Is that what it is?
Well, it's ion level precision. Okay. So basically, the ion is the smallest building block of an element. And with silver, you can build ion by ion. Now, other metals, we're talking non-ferrous metals, of course, non-iron, stuff that doesn't rust, stuff like gold, platinum, gold, platinum, palladium, rhodium, et cetera, et cetera. Of all of those metals, the silver has the highest resolution. Even copper. We do a lot of copper plating, but copper plating is very rough and crude next to silver. Silver, of course, has a much greater detail. And so in a semiconductor, that makes it, assuming that you have a photographic, microlithographic system that's capable of resolving that small, silver would be the most fine thing that you could use. And so when they're building these beam ships, they use silver for that reason, because a beam ship is just a really big semiconductor. It's made like a semiconductor. Well, yeah, it's a beam ship is a big semiconductor. And so it's really, really every little millimeter of a beam ship is just packed with stuff. Now, but the other big thing about silver, which is important,
does it have anything to do with scalar?
No, that's a whole other thing. Scalar doesn't have anything to do with the electromagnetic spectrum and elements.
Really?
Yeah. Silver is a lasing media. Okay. It makes light. All right. Different materials, when subjected to certain conditions, will produce laser light. Okay. And silver is no different, but silver requires a plasma to cause this to happen. Has to be in a magnetic field plasma, kind of like Ark of the Covenant, or kind of like beam ship, beam ship. This is how they work. And what happens is when you expose the silver to a plasma source,
okay,
it will convert into ultraviolet light. All right. So in other words, each atomic layer, because as I said, they're ions of material that are built up, very dense, it's a, whatever it is, tetrahedral structure, however it is, and it will decompose, and it'll decompose one atomic layer at a time. And as it does this, it makes coherent ultraviolet light, which is basically laser light.
I see.
Okay. So your typical laser, especially a semiconductor laser, which is just about everything nowadays, has a very tiny, tiny amount of something in it that produces the light. Gallium arsenide, gallium, whatever, some lasering media, like ruby, this or that kind of a thing. People talk about ruby. That's sort of what it is. Well, but a silver structure, let's say a silver structure that was 21 feet in diameter, looked kind of like a flying saucer. If it was exposed to plasma, like the little white lights you see around the edge of it, it would cause the entire surface or bottom surface of that thing to turn into one huge laser cavity.
Whoa.
And it would put out so much light, invisible ultraviolet light, that you would find yourself, if you were, say, like sitting in this thing when it turned on, you would find yourself rapidly going up until you reach the speed of light. And it would only take about 40 minutes of that before you reach the speed of light.
Wait, your body?
If you're sitting in a flying saucer,
oh,
and that flying saucer activates the plasma,
okay,
you're going to be riding a laser beam, a really
crap.
big laser beam, much bigger than you. Remember, the laser beams right now that burn your eyes are like microscopic. So if you get one that's bigger than you, imagine how much light that's putting out.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Way bigger than Lawrence Livermore or whatever, Anyway, so now you're riding a fire hose of ultraviolet light that's rapidly approaching the speed of light. And you have to have a lot of technology, of course, to control this, because once you reach the speed of light, you got to be able to make some really quick changes, or bad things are going to happen. Bad things happen if you try to go over the speed of light.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All these idiots out there that think, oh yeah, faster than the speed of light, wormholes, all shit. Bull. You do not go over the speed of light. Nothing goes over the speed of light. You know what goes over the speed of light? God.
Oh, I see.
Scalar.
Because I was thinking, if you're traveling at laser beam speed, how do you steer?
You don't. You go in a straight line. There's no steering. There's no steering. So see, that's the thing. There's no steering. When you're traveling from one star to another, you don't point at a star and go really fast to. No. You get up to speed. And once you get up to speed, you convert your matter into energy. And once you are energy, there's no space, there's no time, there's no distance. Let me get this straight.
So you kind of dematerialize almost, and then what, you rematerialize?
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
You take your matter, you convert it into a sine wave. We're all sine waves. Yes. Everything is a sine wave.
Everything is a sine wave.
Everything is a sine wave.
Field. Yeah.
Yes. You basically take your little beam ship, everybody that's on it, everything that's in it, you analyze everything into a sine wave, one really big complex sine wave. And for a nanosecond, you are that sine wave. Okay.
Whoa.
And then, and in that nanosecond, you stop traveling from wherever you're traveling, and you basically pop out somewhere else. That's your wormhole. There's no wormhole because there's no worm. There's no hole. There's no distance. There's no space. There's nothing. It's nothing. It's energy. It's time. It's scalar. It's instant. Once you hit the speed of light, you basically instantly vector to wherever you want to be vectored to. That's all. That's Akashic records. That's how these things are driven. There's no steering. It's all about the Akashic records. Now, once you vector to that point, it's all about slowing down. And it takes you 40 minutes to slow back down from going the speed of light. That's it.
Jeez. Is there any connection? I can't believe we came to this from silver, but is there any connection with like vampires not liking silver? You know, like with the silver bullet and all this?
Probably. Probably.
Because you're talking about light and then vampires don't like the sun. So I'm like trying to figure out what the heck is this?
That's actually a pretty cool, interesting little point you made there. I never really thought of that myself, but now I will. You know, that was funny because one of the things way back when, this was during the Clinton administration, when they were trying to recruit me, they go, whoa, we got to protect the earth from the aliens and all this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Don't shoot down any more airplanes and I'll help you. So I'm trying to come up with weapons. And of course, silver bullets, you know, that's the first thing you think of for aliens. You know, maybe we'll write some scripture, put a little cross on, put a little holy water in there. I don't know, man. It's just, anyway, I figured out that wasn't going to do it. We had to do the psychic stuff, but you make a really good point. It could be that's what it is. It's the whole business with light. It's almost like the silver contains the light.
Yes.
And I'll give you a little information that might help you delve into that a little deeper. And that is that when you do the same thing to gold, you expose gold to the plasma, it converts into monatomic gold. It makes mana.
Okay. Is this what do they call it?
Monatomic gold.
No, but like they have
this
Ormus. Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what it is. So anyway, yeah. By the way, don't take Ormus.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. It does this and that, but you know what? You don't need it. It's artificial. It's like taking heroin or something. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't need it. All these people have to take this artificial crap to try to achieve some form of enlightenment. You're cheating. You're kidding yourself.
It's like the adrenaline Chrome browser, right?
Yeah. Screw you, Google.
Yeah.
Anyway, God, I got some Darjeeling and I'm almost out. Anyway, yeah, silver. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, anyway. All right, let me just finish up with this because, you know, we could talk about this stuff all day, but the bottom line is that it's like you're on your platform, these various different platforms. Once again, I just don't care what everybody's political feelings are or what your feelings about what is logical or practical or realistic are. It doesn't matter. I need you guys to all become crazy, mad people running around, spamming everybody in the streets, spraying graffiti, posting my stuff everywhere. Spend some money out of your pocket to print up some stuff and spread it everywhere, because it's like all I got is you, and all I can do is multiply. You're multiplying my efforts, and you need to multiply your efforts 100 times, 100-fold at least. You know, we need to. It's like you said, I'm going to be on the ballot, whether anybody likes it or not. My name will be on the ballot, running as an independent, which is what that idiot Kennedy should be doing. I don't get that.
Yeah.
God. But anyway, he's so full of it. You know, I for a minute there, I thought he was really something, but I'm realizing now he's just a tool.
Why so? Why so?
Well, first of all, the only thing he could talk about is the damn
thing, the
vaccine thing.
Yeah.
Thing. You know, but he won't mention CRISPR. And he doesn't, you know, it's like there's so many things
screwing with your DNA, huh?
He won't mention any of that. He won't mention that stuff. And And the other thing is that he's bent on dismantling the CIA. He doesn't even know what the CIA is. He never mentions the NSA. And then here he is talking to Bob Barr, the most heinous NSA, Intertel, CIA, drug-running, murdering criminal out there. Directly on Intertel, right up there, way up there, way up there. You know, I mean, I was up there too. But, you know, and to see this guy acting like he's some kind of a saint and he's this elder statesman, he should be in jail for the stuff he did. It's so bad. I mean, my God, the guy ordered hits on people. Barry Seal, he ordered a hit on Barry Seal, okay? You know, he said so. Chip Tatum, CIA hitman, said he was in the meeting where that decision was made. And Barry Seal's dead. And how in the hell is Robert Barr acting like he's some sort of a righteous politician? It just bothers the hell out of me. And you know, this whole thing about running for president, it's a farce. The office is a farce. The Constitution is a farce. The election system is a farce. Everything is a farce. We are tearing down the entire system and building it back up correctly and removing all the crap. And the only way we can do that is from the inside. And I know the inside because I was inside. I worked for Intertel. My boss was Don Nixon, and his boss was Robert Vesco, the number one man in the entire international mafia, the guy that ran the entire world practically on the surface. You know, Epstein was below him. Trump was below him. They're all below him. Clinton, etc. They're all below this guy. And I was way up there, you know? So, and they can't kill me.
Is this the NSA or?
No, this is the people that run the NSA. The CIA, NSA, NRO, SRO, whatever, take your pick, State Department, DNC, RNC, it's all one big mafia. It's called Intertel.
Intertel.
Yeah. It's been hell. This stuff started back in the days of Robert Dewey when he was running for president. He was like a real early CIA guy. And Lucky Luciano set up his he called it the corporation, I think, something like that. Anyway, Robert Dewey took over Lucky Luciano's operation. And that operation subsequently took over every single mafia operation on the earth. And it's called Intertel now. And it is the CIA, it is the NSA, it is the mafia, it's all the world governments, it's all the drug cartels, it's all one big corporation. It's the Rothschilds, it's the Chabad, it's all these guys. It's Ukraine, it's Russia. Hell, I'll tell you something. In Russia, there's like 1,000 oligarchs, billionaires. There's like 1,000 billionaires. Each one of those, except for maybe one, because the guy died and he left it to his wife, is Jewish.
Whoa.
Is Chabad. Is Chabad.
Is this the 2%?
The 2% of the 2%.
Okay.
Okay. The Jews are 2%. Chabad is 2% of the 2%. They are based in Ukraine. Now, all those 1,000 oligarchs that ran Russia, we made that happen with the fall of the wall. We took the wall down, not to let the Jews free, but so that the oligarchs could loot the entire country. Kind of like what Donald Trump is trying to do to us. Kind of like what happened in the 90s when we had all that Russian money come in and invest in, New York real estate and Las Vegas real estate. Remember that? Trump Towers, all that crap. Dirty, 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 dirty. All mafia. Hell, all that crap with Ivanka and the boys and what's his name? Felix Sater and all those Russian oligarchs. That was all real. That was all huge corruption. Hell, Donald Trump has a company that was set up by Rudy Giuliani. He set it up in Amsterdam. It's called, I got to get this right, KRBV, something like that. KMBV. Anyway, it's a shell company. It's a front. It's what they call a mailbox company. There's nothing there but a mailbox. And this is a shell company used for laundering money. And you ever wonder why nobody talks about that? I mean, my God, Donald Trump's signature is on the paperwork when they set the company up.
Huh.
You know, and who puts money into that shell company? You know, Russian oligarchs, Chinese mafia, Epstein. You know, Jeffrey Epstein, you can't even be a client of Jeffrey Epstein unless you give him at least $1 billion and you give him entire power of attorney over your money.
Jeez.
Okay. So that means that Jeffrey Epstein has power of attorney over Donald Trump and everybody else in his little black book. Now, do you really think that the guy that has power of attorney over Donald Trump is dead?
Probably not.
Probably not. Where do you think he is? Where do you think he is? Well, let me see. Israel? Probably Israel. He's either under the Getty right now or he's in Israel.
I know it's a dangerous subject, but what's up with Israel?
What do you want to know?
I mean, it just seems like a very strong, low energy point.
Well, you know, you could say the same thing about Babylon because, I mean, technically, you look at like the Great Pyramid of Giza, that's considered the center of the earth, so to speak.
Yes.
So all of these little areas are kind of little epicenters of that, extensions of that. So, for instance, when idiot David and his wretched son Solomon created that kingdom in the Levant right there, they conquered the people they conquered. They weren't Palestinians, they were Armenians. You know, the original, what do they call them? Amalekites? Yeah, Amalekites. The original Amalekites were actually Armenian.
Yeah.
And so they came out and basically said, well, what the Armenians did was they dared to resist when they tried to take that territory. Everyone else pretty much fell over, but they dared to resist. So they said, well, God is going to cast a genocide upon you because you dared resist us, and you're now the Amalekites. And so, big surprise, you know, genocide. But the Armenians were like, hell, the original people. They're like the closest you can get to from the people that came off the ark. You know,
isn't Jesus Armenian or something?
Well, I don't know. Jesus is look, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
House of Benjamin, whatever, House of David. But the thing is that, you know, and here's the thing that people really have to remember is that this kingdom of David, this kingdom of Solomon, that's Israel. That's all Israel ever was these two kingdoms. It was a country that only lasted essentially the life of David and the life of Solomon, because once Solomon died and the country split and went to his two sons, it fell apart. One half got conquered by Babylon, the other half got conquered by Syria, and everybody acts like that didn't happen. You know, they all talk about Babylon. They never talk about Syria or Assyria, but you know, the lost tribes and all that stuff. It's nonsense. And, you know, on and on and on and on. I could go on and talk about the Pharisees, but the reality is that the Pharisees are the crap. They've always been the crap. They are the Chabad. And I'm not saying Jews and all rabbis are bad, because no, there were other rabbis too. There were oh God, I don't even have these names in front of me, but the point is there were two other sects of rabbis. One of them wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay. Now those two sects of rabbis, they actually used the temple. The temple was part of their practices, their rituals. Now, the Pharisees, they didn't use a temple. They didn't even write anything down. Dead Sea Scrolls had nothing to do with Pharisees. It had to do everything to do with these other things. Well, the point is after 250 years in Babylon, the only rabbis left were the Pharisees, because the other ones had to have a temple. They didn't have 250 years without a temple. They couldn't keep their stuff going, you know? So when they were freed eventually and went back to Judah, whatever the heck it was, the ones that rebuilt the temple weren't even the ones that used the temple.
Huh.
Okay. And here's the thing. Here's a big thing. When the Babylonians conquered Israel at the time, Jeroboam and Rehoboam, those guys, whoever it was, sons of Solomon, who opened the doors and let them in? The Pharisees.
Yeah.
Okay. Pharisees did. So the Dead Sea Scrolls were hidden then. Now, everybody likes to say that the Dead Sea Scrolls were hidden from the Romans when the Romans conquered the temple the second time. Well, we all know, and even the Jews will admit it, that it was the Pharisees that opened the doors and let the Romans in. I call that a fifth column, kind of like they are in our country today. All right. Those people are supposed to be your brothers that open the door and let the enemy come in and slaughter you because they think they're going to come out on top of it all, which is what they do. They've always done that. That's what the Holocaust was. They let their brothers get slaughtered so that when it was all over, they would be in charge, which is exactly what happened. So now, because of all that, because of them, this is what Zionism is. They now feel that to be Jewish is to be connected to Israel, as opposed to having a Jewish religion. Suddenly now you have to be a nationalist to be Jewish. Well, that's what they do. They killed all the people that weren't nationalist. They killed the people that thought you could be a German and be a Jew. They killed all the people that thought you could be Polish and be a Jew, Ukrainian, Lithuanian, et cetera, et cetera. The ones that lived were the ones that thought that only someone that was from Israel could be a Jew. So when they sent all those people to Israel, they were all German Zionists. They didn't let anyone else go to Israel. All those people they sent to Israel were German Zionists.
Whoa.
And here's the thing about Zionism. The actual term is social Zionism. That means nationalism. A Nazi is a national socialist. It's the same thing. It's a word salad. A Zionist and a Nazi are the same thing. Same exact thing. And in reality, they are the same exact thing because Hitler was a product of the Rothschilds. The Nazi movement was set up by the Zionist Congress at the expense of everybody that wasn't Zionist. And on top of that, the head of Zionism, or the head of Chabad, who was in Kiev, was shipped to the United States by Hitler. So that's why we have such a strong Chabad movement in New York, because Hitler sent them here.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, why would he do that? He was all part of it. It's a big damn plan.
Do you think Hitler's dead?
Well, he is now. I think he died in like 58.
Okay.
Same year I was born.
Interesting.
Yeah, interestingly. Yeah. Yeah, he went to South America. There's all kinds of stuff we're not supposed to know, but they know. Hell, after the war, technically the Nazis won. Technically, the United States lost. Everyone thinks the United States won this war. No, maybe Germany was defeated, but the Nazis were not defeated. They were not defeated. In fact, we had to make a treaty.
Is this the whole Antarctica thing?
Yeah, that's the whole Antarctica thing. That's Project Paperclip, not Project Paper. High Jump. Project High Jump. Yeah. The Germans, or the Nazis, won that campaign, and that was Eisenhower, I believe, was president, and he decided not to nuke Antarctica and instead make a treaty. And the treaty was basically that the Zionists would control everything east of the Rockies, and those guys would control everything west of the Rockies. So yeah, the Getty is all part of that. Now, when I say east of the Rockies and west of the Rockies, that brings us to, the famous Denver Airport. Denver Airport is kind of like a middle line between these two big groups
I see.
who sort of work together, but they're really two sides of the same coin. And the coin, of course, is Satanism.
Yeah, because I recently posted a short on David Wynn Miller talking about under Denver Airport, Cheyenne Mountain or something like that.
Well, it's all one big underground thing. I mean, people talk about these various bunkers.
It's like
bunkers they're just big rooms. Bunkers are just big rooms connected by tunnels. It's a sponge down there.
It's a web, right? And then like the net is like a tunnel, right?
Well, I like to think of it as a sponge.
A sponge.
Yeah, it's more like a sponge because there's tunnels, there's bunkers, and then there's caves. There's stuff that's already there.
I see.
There's about 800 miles between here and the inside, and there's a whole lot of holes and crawly spaces in that.
Is there anything good down there?
Down where?
Like in the sponge? Because
in the strata of the sponge?
Well, because we're thinking it's all bad and all evil, but is there anything good down there? You know what I mean? Like as in like not.
Well, I don't really like to use the term good.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
All right. What we'll say is divided into two sides. You have service to self and service to others.
Yes.
So you're asking me, are there any service to others down there?
Exactly.
All right. There's a possibility that there is a contingent of Pleiadians on the earth. And a lot of people say that they have a base under Mount Shasta here in California. And I don't know if they're anywhere else. But I suspect that their presence here is relatively minimal compared to everybody else. Okay. So, and all those entities that live on the very inside, I really don't have anything that I can tell you about them because I'm trying to keep the politics up here on the surface.
Okay.
And I know the Nazis have a presence in there, with their whole, what do they call it? New Schwabenland. But we've had issues with them, with the whole Jedi thing where we were going after some Nazi stuff in South America and up there, Northern California. San Juan Islands is a hotbed of this activity. Obviously, the dirt underneath Bohemian Grove has a lot of tunnel activity. There's California is full of it. There's certain places where there's a lot of activity, and one of the reasons for this is because of the water down there. Within the surface, there's some very special water.
The primary,
whatever you want to call it,
okay.
Fountain of Youth.
I see
that kind of thing. El Dorado, Fountain of Youth. It's all down there. Yeah, it's all gold, all that gold and living water is down there. Yes, living water is down there. There's living water in other places, like you could be in the ocean and you could go down and you'll actually go into, it'll be like a thermocline. I don't know if are you a diver by any chance?
No, but I want to.
All right. Well, anyway, it's like a layer. You go through this layer and now you're in this whole, well, that's the living water.
Because I've seen like you cross a certain barrier and it's like a whole different water, like whether it's down or sideways. Well,
there's a lot of things like that. And that could be because of thermal or salinity and that kind of thing. Yeah. But there's also this other thing. And I don't really understand. I mean, we speculate about what makes water living water. I think it has something to do with the gold, and because there's the gold and the water, they both work together. But again, these are details. I mean, they're sure secrets of the earth. There are things that the enemy doesn't want us to know about and wants to keep to themselves, certainly. And there are certainly things that I think could possibly make human existence on earth better. But the thing is, though, is that in order for that to happen, humans have to transition, and we have to go from this savage level that we're on now into a more spiritual place, a place where there's going to be that whole recognition of each other as being the same person and having the unconditional love and not trying to kill each other and compete for crap.
Yeah. I know, it's so stupid.
I'm so over that shit.
So sometimes I wake up and I'm like, we're still here.
Will we still do that?
Yeah.
That's still cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, so we have a lot of work to do. And but again, all this information, I'm just spewing information out. It's all that. You don't have to know any of this. It's like a Christian will come to me and say, can I be a good Christian and know nothing about these aliens and all that stuff? Of course. Of course. But the reality is that ultimately, if we're going to graduate, we're all going to get off this rock. The boat's going to set sail. We all got to be on the boat. And the only way to get on the boat is we all know the same thing. And I'm hoping that we're going to have a moment where it's going to be exponential like a rocket, and everyone's just going to wake up. And then those who can't wake up will go into a fetal position and they'll just have to deal with it. But that's what Occupy the Getty is.
Yes.
We open up Pandora's box. We let everybody see the reality that's been hidden.
Yeah.
And then there's no more, there's no more learning about it. It's going to be in front of your face. You don't need to research it and study it because it'll be part of your reality. So we need to force this crap into everyone's reality. It's just like this whole business with the aliens. The leaders of the earth say, oh, our humans aren't ready. Who cares? Like I said, if you fall down and you go catatonic, that's on you. It used to be that we were going to dole this out 1 teaspoon at a time. We don't have time anymore because they're trying to kill us and we're running out of time. It's like I tell everybody, Fukushima, hello, the Pacific is dying. How much longer before the entire world dies? And nobody says boo, but you'll sure talk about crypto and crap. So, you know what? If Trump and all these other worthless idiots are not going to do it, I will do it. And I don't care if you think my ego is too big. I just don't care anymore, because if there's a human out there that knows what I know, that knows how to do this and has a better plan than I do, then step right up. And I will get behind you.
Yeah.
Until then, people, get fucking behind me or you die. That's it. You want to live? Follow me. That's it. Ugh. Pardon me for the bad Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, Steve, this is just like a personal thing, because I was talking to Reynata about this too. I've never seen an alien. I've never met an alien.
I have.
When you say alien, is it like a frequency, or is it like an actual, like, different being? You know what I mean? Like, is it like a possession, like a ghost inside of a person, or like, what is it? Because I've just never seen one,
Well, you probably have. Okay.
Really?
You probably have. You just don't know.
Like a Men in Black thing or something?
Seen that too. You ever seen a ghost?
I don't think so. Maybe in like
never? You never seen a fucking ghost?
No.
You never seen a shadow? You never seen a funny black shadow that wasn't supposed to be there before?
No.
Well, then get to waking up, dude. Oh, my God. The veil is getting thinner.
Okay.
The veil's getting thinner. I mean, I see animals. Your question about the aliens. I had 2 guys I knew, Vince and Robert Hansen. Vince and Robert Hansen. Anyway, both of those guys were reptiles, but I didn't know that until after they were gone, dead. Vince had a heart attack. They gave him a heart attack.
Okay.
Took him away in an ambulance, and he was gone. And then Robert Hansen, he ran away from me. He just disappeared. I found out I didn't know he was an alien, but I, figured out he was a bad guy, and he disappeared. And last I heard from Rambo, told me this story actually, was that he was actually a shape-shifting reptile, and that they got a hold of him, took him out, and tossed his ass in the lake of fire.
Holy.
Now Vince was a nice guy.
Kind of a cloak.
They got whatever they got, I mean, again, I don't need to be an expert on this stuff. It's not important. I'm not like Donald Marshall running around telling everybody, oh, this guy's a clone. This guy's a clone.
Exactly.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
We don't need to know the stupid details. There's so much minutia that you could get caught up in that you never do any work.
Exactly.
The mission is Occupy the Getty.
Yeah.
You can freak out and trip on all the little minutia that comes out of there after we finish the mission.
There we go.
Right? I got too much work to do. But as far as aliens are concerned, the bottom line is there's only 3 races of these things that we are deleting.
Okay.
The Greys, the Anunnaki, and the reptile. Not in that order. We're going after the reptile right now, then the Grey, then the Anunnaki. But
so all aliens bad, or
no, I didn't say that. I said there's at least 8,000 different kind of aliens. There's aliens. They're entities. They're species. They're living things.
okay.
You know, they may not be human, and even if they are human, we call them alien because we're stupid.
I see.
Okay, you want to call them aliens? Call us hybrids.
Ah, okay.
Okay, let's get accurate here. Because what we call aliens are basically entities that have been around a lot longer than us. And we are just a bunch of little artificial little hybrids that were created from the little things that were scurrying around on Earth, you know, that didn't really have any organization or brain power. And they took us and screwed with our DNA, kind of like they're doing now, and made us into what we are now. And the fact that we have all these different species of humans and geographical and cultural differences is a result of all that hybridization and polarization that was inflicted upon us by these scum that made us. And guess what? The scum that made us have a contract put out on them by God. Okay. So they're all getting deleted. And that's why the Jedi are here. And that's why we're taking our Earth back, because that's our reward for deleting the bad guys. And once we delete these 3 bad guys, of which there's only 750 million universally, okay? There's only 750 million of them in the universe, 250 million of each. It's not going to be that hard for us to take them out, especially when there's so many of us. If we wake our asses up, learn what we are and who we are and what we can do, wake up, we start seeing these things and hearing these things. It's real simple, you know, vote for me, push my message, do whatever, make me your passion, make this mission your passion. And we end 25 million years of bullshit. We end all the evil on Earth, all that Satanism, all that crap goes away. We're all going to live like princes on Earth. I mean, we're going to have a veritable paradise. I mean, I guarantee it. It's like, you don't even know what paradise is, but what we're going to get is going to sure seem like paradise, because what we're in now is really bad. And you love it and you cling to it. It's going to be a lot better. And it's going to be real better soon. And there's nothing that's going to stop this. So, you know, don't be like be the part of the 3%. I mean, you are the 3%.
Yeah.
Just get passionate, you know, grab your musket and get behind me.
Yeah.
Right? This is what it's all about. We get our world back. We get our universe back. We all get to go to heaven. We get to get off this merry-go-round. We get to transition. All these wonderful things will happen. Oh, you'll get rich too. You'll get your Trump bucks. You'll get your beds. Yeah, you'll get your beds.
And it's also kind of like get smart, right? Because since we're the 3%, we got to like, you know, be smarter about things and not just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just
But I got to be honest with you, though. That's where this ego comes in. Okay. You remember how I said we're all the same person?
Yes.
We don't all need to get smart. I already did. I did it. Okay. My life went to crap. Okay. I had a family. I had money. I had all this stuff. Kids, everything went and took a big old shit because I decided to do this.
Yes.
So I'd like to think I didn't waste my time on all you people that think that, you know, you got to do it, or you're special too, or who's this guy think he is? You know, I don't care. I'm here to save your ass whether you like it or not. And I'm going to. And I'd like you to be on my side, obviously. I'd like you to work with me, obviously. I'd like you to be on board from day one, not after I take over. I don't need your support after I'm running this crap. And I will run it. And I'll tell you,
support before the fact, not really after.
Before the fact. Yeah. You know, and it makes me sick. It really does. When I see so many people idolize the likes of Trump. Now, I'll give you an example. It's like Elon Musk. He's an intelligent guy, right? Intelligent guy. he kind of impresses me as someone who's certainly a genius. He's certainly using his mental capacity to make great business decisions, et cetera, et cetera. But he's not trying to save your ass. He's not trying to save the world. He's not trying to stop the children from being eaten. He's trying to make a buck. He would not give that up to do what I'm doing for you. And I did give up a shitload of money. I was supposed to have at least $500 million by this point in my life, and I gave it up. I walked away from it because I didn't think it was fair that they would be killing you all.
Yeah.
So, if you don't work with me, I got to do it myself. If you do work with me, we get to do this a lot sooner, and a lot fewer people have to die, and a lot fewer children have to be sacrificed and everything else. It's just pisses me off that people aren't just frothing at the mouth, excited about trying to make this happen.
Seriously. And it's surprising how people aren't tired of being slaves. They're so caught in the circus, the entertainment,
They what is it? They said a matrix, they love their bonds, or they love their slave. They're not ready to leave the matrix, and they would fight to stay in it.
Oh, the comfort of certainty. That's what it was.
Comfort. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you something, poverty is not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad, seriously. And I'm not doing this to get out of poverty. Certainly not. I am kind of trying to get revenge, because these guys, I'm pissed off what they did. I mean, they've been screwing with me forever. And that's not going to slide, especially since I realized that they couldn't kill me. This is not going to slide. They're going to get theirs, and they know it. What can I do to motivate people, though, right? I got to motivate you. You got to go out and do it. You got to motivate a whole bunch of other people to do it, and get me more interviews and get me more opportunity to motivate people. And I need to see this stuff going viral on Twitter and TikTok and all this crap. It's just got to be done. I want Elon Musk to start getting annoyed by Stephen D. Kelley for president.
Seriously.
Memes.
It'd be so great if we could get them to say your name. Like if we could get Joe Rogan to say Occupy the Getty.
We have to. We have to. It would be over. Yeah. And the only thing that's going to make that happen is all you people.
Yes.
Because I can't do it, because they censor the hell out of me. I don't, can only do so much. Anyway. All right, dude, let's finish this up, man. Okay, let me just give out all the information that we need to give out.
Yes, do it.
All right. Okay, first of all, my email, law17gun@aol.com. That's law17gun@aol.com. The Telegram group. You got to join Telegram, and if you're going to use it on your phone, get the app so you don't bog down your cache with whatever, okay? Because that's a pain in the butt. Get the Telegram and find us, and it's Occupy the Getty, one word, /Stephen D. Kelley. And if you want my book, you can either get it in the group, it's in there for free, or you could email me and ask for it. If you want to be a Jedi, you want to learn how to be an astral warrior and kick some ass at night, send me an email and tell me that's what you want to do. If you want healing, I offer free healing, send me an email. What else? Oh, yeah, if you want to donate to the Occupy the Getty mission, this is not the campaign, this is Occupy the Getty. You use a PayPal, which is Stephen Kelley 714@yahoo.com. And you got to say friend or family, or I will send it back, because, we're not non-taxable. But now the committee for president, the committee to elect Stephen D. Kelley president 2024 is actually being formed right now. It's going to be an LLC, a nonprofit LLC. It's going to be located in Michigan. And it's going to take us little under 2 weeks to get our tax ID number and bank account. Once we do that, we will be actively looking for people to donate to that. And you guys have to understand, as this should be in any presidential campaign, none of this money goes in my pocket. It's not going to pay for my living expenses or whatever. Okay. I mean, I don't know, if I have to travel, then I guess it's going to have to buy me a plane ticket, but whatever. But it's not me doing it. It's my team doing it. It's the committee doing it. Everything's committee. Everything's legal. There'll be attorneys, controllers. It's going to be totally legit. So legit, the name will be on the ballot. So the very fact that that is happening should be enough to get the attention of pretty much anybody in media. But unlike any other joker that might be putting their hat in the ring, I have you guys and your power to get out there and make some noise and make some stuff go viral.
Yes.
So I think it should not be too hard to make a big impact real quick and to cause all these people to go, holy crap, where did that come from?
Seriously.
Right?
Yeah.
And all I got to do is get in front of a microphone, if they let me. Remember how they used to cut me off of, it was probably, you never saw that. When I was on Press TV and Russia Today, they used to censor the hell out of that, but not the Russians, of course, but they just knocked me off the air. They don't do that so much anymore, but the thing is, you get me on air, you let them call me crazy. You let them say that nothing on my platform is possible. You let them come up with their own platform. You get them to debate me. You get them to call me bad names.
Yeah, it's better.
You get us in a dialogue.
Yeah.
I want to debate Trump. I don't even want to debate Biden. What a waste of time that would be. My God. Yeah. Okay. Here's a Joe Biden commercial. Empty cup. I like my coffee dark. It's you like your coffee black, you retard. Oh. Come on. If you're going to play to the, audience, at least get your little right. Oh, you can't say black. That's too obvious. Say dark. Okay, dark. What do you like your women dark? Jill's not that dark.
What do you like your children dark?
You like your children dark? Well, what about Hunter's one baby, the one that you didn't want to admit ever took? Yeah, screw all that. Oh yeah, fun. Okay, back to the reality. Okay, the web page for the campaign. Oh, by the way, if you're a web page person, I need help. Okay, my web guy's out of commission for about a month, and I need this up. But I got the domain already, and it's www.stephendkelly2024.com. It's up. So let's get that going. And that's all I can do, people. I mean, you get me out there, you get me in front of those cameras and microphones or whatever. I'll do the hard part. I'll be the sandbag. I'll take the bullets. I'll say the bad things that people need to say. I'll even go to court if I get sued. I don't care. Just put me up there so that this stuff can happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Let them try to do a Kennedy on me,
See what happens.
See what happens. Mysterious helicopter crash. CIA personnel on board. Anyway, whatever. All right, guys. All right. We finally got this over. All right. Get it out there. If you guys are in my group listening, hi. Thank you. But I'm serious. Get to work, people. Get passionate. All right. I'm not seeing the massive amounts of spam that I need to see. Okay. So hurry up and get to work, please. All right. And we'll keep you posted.
I'll quickly say, make sure you contact him through his email. There's fake Stephen Kelleys always trying to sabotage on the Telegram group. The first thing that happens when you join is they start messaging you because they want you to lead you astray as much as possible, right? They want you to get scammed.
I hear they're doing that on Facebook now. I hear there's fake Stephen Kelleys on Facebook.
Probably. And then the other thing I'll say is I'm probably going to delete this on YouTube because Stephen Kelly is on fire. And so if I leave this up, they're probably
you're going to get a check. You get a check mark.
Yeah, NAZI sympathizer or whatever they want to call me, right?
A Putin lover.
Yeah. But what do you call it? So I'll put this on Rumble. I'll make clips and put it on YouTube so that people.
All right, you got to join more platforms though. Rockfin, Odyssey, BitChute, Brighteon. I saw people tell. Why don't you do it? Why don't you all do it?
Yeah, seriously.
God.
If Andrew Tate cannot make one video and go viral with all his little minions, come on. Like we can at least
shit, people. Shit, really.
We can at least do the Occupy the Getty team. Come on. That's
now here's the thing though about the presidential stuff is
even
though everybody knows I'm Occupy the Getty and all that, we need to play the game. We're in their party now. We need to say the stupid stuff that they want to say. They want us to say. If you look at my platform, read between the lines, there's a lot of words I'm not using, like, Getty or Israel or, stuff like that.
Exactly.
But it's there. Okay. So in other words, we can crash their party. We can get me in the open and we can get a debate started. Once we get the debate started,
it's over.
Let me chew them up.
Yeah.
It's over.
Once you arrange the meeting, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't talk to me. It's just like when the FBI showed up at my door and they sent these idiot agents that didn't know anything. And they're like going, why would you be on Press TV? Oh, because I was ex-CIA NSA. How could you be ex-CIA NSA? Oh, because I was hired by Don Nixon and worked under Robert Vesco. Write that down. VESCO. They ran away. Their little earpieces were going, abort, abort, get out of there. Get away from him. So in other words, the truth does this. It's like the truth is a weapon if you know how to stab somebody with it. This is what I'm good at. Okay.
You know the weak spots, eh?
I know where the heart is. I know where the heart is. No one else seems to know where the heart is. I know where to stick the dagger. Apparently, no one else knows. So just give me the damn dagger and get me in front of the enemy and let me do my job. You guys don't have to do anything and you get all the rewards. And if they kill me, no skin off your nose, right? It's all good. We tried, but they won't. And they can't. So give me your support. Okay. Donald Trump can't tell you that. Nobody will tell you that. If I tell you they can't kill me, have some faith. All right. You want to have a bet? You want to have a bet? Support me. Put me up there and let's see what happens. Okay. The worst thing that could happen is I'm right. And we all get our world back and we all live in paradise.
There we go.
Right?
All right. Let's end it there, man.
All right.